My name is Jessica and I have no idea what I'm doing. Today I'm going to be testing out the Colourpop Fade into Hue palette, and this thing looks gorgeous. I tried so hard for many months not to buy this because I said to myself, I don't need it, I have so many rainbow colors. But now that it's here, I definitely needed this. No, not definitely, but I have to say the colors are a lot different than what I thought they would be, and they are different than what I have in my collection. Some of them at least. And the glitters look absolutely gorgeous. The whole palette looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm so excited. I hope I won't be disappointed. A few of these are lighter than I thought they would be, and I mean, I've had trouble with pastels. I usually do. So let's see what happens. Lately, I've been impressed with Colourpop's formula. I mean, not that it was bad to begin with, but these square pans that I've been trying seem to be even better than the round pans. So I have high hopes, I do. I'm gonna start with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it, and maybe I'll start with the Peach Treasure. Ooh, that's super soft. Can you see all the kick up there? I'm gonna put that here. Ooh, okay, we actually see it. Awesome. So I'm using this kind of as a transition shade, but I'm taking it like here in the inner third of the transition area. As per usual, I have this eye primed and this eye not, just to see if there's a difference in application or wear. Application looks good so far. Actually, this might need some blending, so I just cleaned off my brush to blend it out. Next, I'm going into Big Smile, which is a light yellow. It has little sparkles in it. I doubt they're gonna stay. It's also very soft. I'm gonna put that next to the peach. It's more color from this than I expected. Oh, I do see the sparkles right now. I don't think they're gonna stay though. So the yellow is definitely lighter over here where the primer is. I don't know if you can tell. And I feel like it's more pigmented too. Peach wasn't that different. Then I'm going into Designer, which is a pale lime, also with sparkles in it. That one is slightly more hard pressed. And I'm gonna put that on the, I don't know, this outer area here. We're using technical terms since I'm a fake makeup guru. So this one needs some more building. And definitely different from eye to eye. I think you can see that. This one's like a very pale green. This one is almost turning into a yellow, like a deeper chartreuse yellow green. I like this better. I'm gonna see if I could fit one more color out there. I'm gonna try Take It Easel, this pale blue. This one is just a matte, no sparkles. I'm going to take that all the way out here. It's there. That one takes some more building as well. And I'm also trying to fit all these colors in. See over here where it's trying to blend with the green, can you see that's a different color? This is deeper and also not as pigmented. So at least for the shades like this, a primer is probably going to be better. I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it, take that same powder blue shade, and start running that under my lower lash line, and connect it to the blue in the transition area. Well, that was going to be like transition shades over there, but I'm thinking it's gonna be transition and crease now. Lighter look than I intended today, but that's okay. Next, I'm going into Selfie, which I'm so excited about this, but so nervous about it. I have yet to find a good lavender, especially a cool toned one. This has a couple, yeah, this has sparkles in it as well. This is gonna go right here in the middle of my lower lash line. Not terrible. Still not like where I want it to be, but it's better than other shades I've used. There's also no primer on my lower lash line, so if I did put it up here, we might have a different result. Then I'm gonna take Lovecraft, this like peachy pink kind of color, and I'm gonna put that right in here, the inner third of my lower lash line, and we're gonna blend that into the purple. Oh, by the way, I think some of these are not supposed to be used on your eyes. I usually do it anyway, because I usually don't have a problem, surprisingly. I think I need more of the purple. Yeah, there's a bunch of these that aren't supposed to be used on the eye. Let's see. Can you see the ones with the little asterisks? Like those. I'm gonna take Fantasyland first. It's like a pale pinky. Ooh, that's pretty. It's like a soft little pink. And I'm gonna put that on the innermost part of my lid here. It's coming out a little chunky. Also, I'm already starting to not like the look because I'm not used to myself in all pastels. I usually like something a little more mid-toned. So that's just a personal preference thing though. That has nothing to do with the shadows. Then I'm gonna take Shine Bright, which is, it's like a mid-tone yellow really. Ooh, it's pretty. And I'm gonna put that next and blend it into the pink. It's lighter than I thought it would be. Then I'm gonna take Pose, which is this lightish green. Oh, different than I expected. It's a little warmer. And I'm gonna put that here next to the yellow. Let's see what Hot Copic comes out like. Is that like Copic markers? Oh, okay, this is lighter than I thought it was gonna be. I'm gonna put that just continuing across. And I absolutely hate when people do rainbow looks and they leave out purple. Purple is my favorite color. But let's see if I can fit it. Let's see. Would I ruin it if I did like a purple inner corner highlight? Maybe. So I'm gonna take Express, which is the light purple. Oh, it's like a light purpley pink. Which, even though I'm a little disappointed by that, because I'd rather it be more purpley blue, I think it might suit this particular look better. So the shimmers are a little chunky depending on which one it is. The mattes so far I'm actually really impressed with. I think these are the best pastels I've ever used. But I guess the real test will be, how does this wear? Because if they just fade into nothing, instead of fading into hue, I won't quit my day job, then it's basically pointless and they're not that great after all. Just to complete the look, because I really want a brow bone highlight and the blending is a little harsh up here, I'm going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Face Palette, the new ones, in Italian Summer, and I'm going to take the highlighter on my dollar store brush and just put some of that there. I do wish there was a brow bone highlight in this palette. I feel like there totally could have been. Maybe one too many yellows in there, and just give like maybe a pearlescent white, or like maybe one that shifts around, like it looks white but maybe it's like a little bit of a rainbow. I don't know, but that's me being picky, because overall happy so far. Alright, so for the most part, the looks wore well. They did fade, at least the mattes, they did fade a little bit, and I was worried, but they didn't fade any more than that, so I am pretty impressed. And both sides wore about the same. There was a teeny tiny bit of creasing that wanted to happen over here. Again, I have hooded eyes, and that was the unprimed side, so I'm not worried about it. I'm going to do 2 different colored eyes. I think I'm going to do one pink and one purple so I can test out more shades at once, because you do always get a wear test when you see me wearing eyeshadow. It means I wear it for the whole entire day. So I'm starting with same fluffy brush as yesterday with Lovecraft, the same light pink as yesterday, and I'm putting that as my transition shade. Winnie? Usually I'm not big into hot pinks and reds, but these look so pretty. Next, I'm taking my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it, and I'm gonna go into, I don't know how to say this, at a tailor. I'm educated, I promise. It's a medium Milani hot pink with those same sparkles that are probably not going to stay. They didn't stay yesterday, they just fell all over my face. I don't want to lose the light pink, so I'm taking the same brush and going into the light pink again. And I'm going to try to blend out the top here. Oh well, guess it's going up to my eyebrows today. Then I'm going to take Paradise, which is the matte red that has quite a bit of pink in it. I'm going to take that on my IBY crease brush, and I'm going to put that in the crease. I feel like Angeshka would love this one. Then I'm going to take Paradise on my pinky and put that on the outer third of my eye. And then I'm going to try the pressed glitter called Prismatic. It looks beautiful. It is like a melony pink with all sorts of glitters in it. Ooh, that's so pretty. The camera does not do that justice. I'm gonna put that on the inner 2/3 of my lid. And I'm not gonna use any glitter primer. I'm just gonna go for it, because I feel that most Colourpop pressed glitters I haven't had an issue with if I just applied them over primer. By the way, I do have both eyes primed today, just because that's how I prefer it. But you probably don't need a primer. Then I'm taking my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it, going back into Paradise, and I'm gonna run that on the outer third of my lower lash line. It's coming off more pink than red once you apply it. Then I'm going into that one that I can't pronounce, and that's going in the middle here. And then I'm going into Fantasyland, which is the shimmery light pink that I used yesterday, and I'm gonna put that on the inner third and blend it all together, of course. I did get some glitter down there. That wasn't the plan, but oh well. And then, you know what, I'm gonna try that on my dollar store brush and see if I can wear it as a brow bone highlight. Oh yeah, that works. Alright, not as salty about the lack of brow bone highlight now. This is quite bold though. Also, I hope everyone enjoys my surfboard pillow. That's basically in every video. And in this corner, I'm going to use the same fluffy brush and the same matte lavender from yesterday. And that is going to be my transition. Let's see how it does. It's kind of going a little bit pink gray at the edges. I think what I'm going to do is switch to my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it again. And I'm going to do a little bit more of a packing motion. I feel like a white base might help this, even though I'm pretty close to a white base. Just cleaning off the edge and blending that out. Then I'm taking my IBY crease brush and going into Majestic, which is a medium to deep purple. That's way too much. And I'm going to put that in my crease. Here we go with the warm purples. These purples do seem more like true purples, cool purples, but this one's a little warmer. And you know me, I want the cool purples. I'm going to take Selfie, that matte lavender again, just to blend this out more and make sure I don't lose it. Then I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics brush with a 6 on it and go into more words I don't know. Zeitgeist. I don't know. I could look it up, but what fun would that be? Ooh, this is nice. It's a very deep, cool toned plum, or at least a true plum. And I'm just gonna put that deep in the crease. Maybe not even going in all the way. Then I'm going to clean off my brush and just blend this out. Then I'm taking that same shade that I can't pronounce, and I'm going to put that on the outer third of my eye. It's beautiful, I love it. I feel like most plums either go too black or too warm. I'm very happy with this plum. Then I'm going into, I think this is Nouveau. It's French for sure. It's a medium deep true purple. It looks cooler in the pan, but it's coming off a little warmer, a little more true purple. But this is going in the middle of my lid. And of course blending it into the plum. This one's not that pigmented, and it's also not that shimmery. Maybe wetting it would help. I'm not doing that, but it might help. And then I'm going to take Express, which is that lavender from yesterday, the lavender shimmer, and put that on the inner third and blend it in. I feel like there's not as much contrast between some of these as it looks like there's gonna be. I wish there was a lavender glitter in here. There isn't. I do have lavender glitters from Colourpop though, at least one. But I want to keep it to just what's in this palette. So I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it, pick up that deep plum, and put that on the outer third here. And oops, I have to close this gap that I made. That's because I don't use brushes. Let's see if I could change the shape a little bit. Gonna need to go back in with the BH Cosmetics brush with a 6 on it to close that up. Then I'm taking Nouveau on the BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it and putting that in the middle. And then Express and putting that here. Okay, so the purple look wore perfectly. It looked fabulous by the end of the day. The pink look wasn't bad, it's just that the glitter did crease and start to move. So I don't know if that's because it was on my more hooded eye or because I didn't use a glitter glue or a combination of the two, but I am going to use a pressed glitter on this side today, so we'll see how that goes. I'm going to do 2 separate looks today again, just to save time. These colors are so pretty. I'm going to start with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it, and I'm going to go into Take It Easel, which is the pastel blue, and that's going to be my transition shade over here. I feel like I have to do the pack it on and then blend a little method, but I am getting good results. Next, I'm using my IBY crease brush, and I'm going to go into a Watermark, which is this deep turquoise, maybe even teal, with a bunch of sparkles in it, like some of those other shades. They're not going to stay, they're just going to create fallout all over, but I'm going to put this in my crease. That's a very pretty color. I feel like I don't have anything like that, believe it or not. I'm going to take that same brush and go back into Take It Easel, just to try not to lose that other blue. I think I'm going to take that same shade and put it on the outer third of my lid. Let's see if the sparkles stay this way when they're more packed on. I doubt it, but we'll try. Then I'm going to take this little brush I have from Wish and use Iconic, which is this, I guess a royal blue, maybe a little bit lighter than a royal blue. And I'm going to see if I can make a wing with it. And maybe line the eye with it. I feel like it's not as pigmented as I expected, but maybe it's supposed to be a little bit lighter than it is in the pan. And then of course, trying to put it with this other blue, there isn't going to be as much contrast then as expected. I'm also going to put that under my eye for maybe the outer third to half. Under my eye, I'm going to take Hot Copic, that shade that I used in my first look. I'm going to use the same brush and see if I could put that under here. No, it does not want to apply. So I'm going to use my finger instead. This one's definitely more hard pressed. It's like, I don't want to say a duochrome, but it definitely has like a, maybe a deeper grayer base than like the shimmer that stands out more. And I'm going to put that on the inner third to inner half, I guess. No, inner half to 2/3 of my lower lash line, and blend it into that other blue. And then I'm so excited about this color. I'm going to go into Kaleidoscope, which is a beautiful, like, true blue glitter. Look at that. I'm going to put that on the inner 2/3 of my eye. Try to fade it into the other blue over there. That is so pretty. Maybe for the other eye, I'll start with Abstract, which is this bright yellow matte down here, and my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it. I kind of feel like of all the colors, like, aren't all yellows kind of the same? No, they're not, but you can't really get much depth and contrast with them, I feel. This is going to be my transition shade. I'm just going to clean that off and try to blend a little more. Then I'm taking my IBY crease brush and going into Dyed Up, which is a like deep matte mint. And I'm gonna put that into the crease. Let's see what happens. I have a feeling I'm not gonna like this one, or at least in this way. Kind of like how I felt with the new 5 pans, the High Society one. I'm kind of surprised that this doesn't want to blend too much. These are pretty pigmented though. Then I'm taking my BH Cosmetics brush with a 6 on it and I'm going into Bold Type, which is this medium to deep emerald green. A lot of pigment on there. And I'm going to tuck that deep into the crease. Yeah, I feel like it's the same deal. And I have a feeling it's not going to make a difference whether I put this over other colors like this or on its own, but we'll see. It's not like as deep as I thought it was going to be. It's very bright, and I don't mind bright, but when I already have bright tones in a palette, I want like more contrast. Just trying to blend that out a little more. To test that theory, I'm going to take that same shade. Yeah, that looks bright. I'm going to put that on my outer third. Yeah. It's really not that deep. Then I'm going to take Haute, which is, I don't know, a light medium shimmery green, and I'm gonna put that in the middle of my lid. Blend that into the green, well, the other green. So even that's like not that much contrast. Then I'm going to take Pose, that lighter shimmery green, and put that on like the inner area here. I'm going to take that little brush from Wish again, and I'm going to take Dyed Up, that same matte mint from before, and I'm going to put that under my eye, I think all the way across. Maybe take a tiny bit of the Bold Type just to like make the two more blended together, like the top and bottom. And then I'm taking my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it back into Abstract. I'm going to try to blend that out a little bit with the yellow. Nope. Those two don't seem to want to blend together. It might just be the yellow or it might just be the green. Who knows? I'm going to fix it by taking the smaller brush again back into the mint. Just to, like I said, try to fix it a little. And at least I tried something a little different. So it's only been a couple hours and I came back because look what's going on with this eye. I don't know how well you can see, but basically that deep turquoise shade is fading away. There's almost none of it left here. The glitter is starting to crease, but I don't even know if it's the glitter's fault, because it might have to do with that deep turquoise shade underneath, because even that in the crease, you can see it's fading away. So disappointed about that. Alright, so the green look, the green and yellow were okay, but this one over here, I mean, some of the shadows were okay. The glitter, like I said, creased a little bit, and that could be because I need a glitter primer, it could be the hooded eyes, or it could be this shade that was underneath of it. That was terribly disappointing. I'm so sad. It creased here, and it just faded, it was gone. It's like it just kind of moved away and off. Another shadow I remember that happening with was one, if not both, of the blue shades from the Dominique Cosmetics Rustic Glam palette. I even had eyeshadow primer on both eyes. I think today I'm going to do my final looks. I'm gonna try out the peaches and some of the yellows. I think maybe I'll set my eyeshadow primer with my dollar store brush and treasure the pale matte peach. You know what, that's probably a bad idea. What if I do it really lightly? Like on someone deeper, this is probably okay. But for me, it was too deep. Oops. Then I'm taking my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it, and I'm going into Art Deco, which is a pretty orange, like maybe a tangerine orange. Still has those sparkles in it that I think are useless. And I'm gonna put that in my crease. I mean, I guess that was more of a transition shade. Ooh, look at that. That's so pretty. Then I'm going to take Love and Warhol. This is like a very pinky peach, like a melon color. And I'm taking that on my BH Cosmetics brush with a 6 on it. And I'm going to tuck that deeper into the crease. This also has some sparkles in it. You know what, I think I'm going to take Paradise again. I know I used that already, but I think it's going to look really nice with this. I'm going to put that on my outer third. Then I'm going to take Love and Warhol and put that, looks like that, building that inwards. I know I did mostly monochromatic stuff, but these colors, like across their individual hues, a lot of them are gonna look super beautiful together. Then I'm going to take So Precious, which is a fine pressed glitter, a peach one, and I'm going to put that on the inner part, I guess inner half, and blend it in as much as I can by kind of patting. I feel like that one is more translucent and has almost like maybe a Vaseline base in it. Super pretty, but I don't know how well that's gonna wear. Taking my little brush from Wish here, I'm going to go into Love and Warhol again, and I'm going to like close this little gap, blend it in, and start lining the bottom of my eye. I'm going to switch back over to Art Deco and continue. Then I'm going to go into Treasure, which is the matte peach. I'm going to try to go over that glitter there. And then I'm going to use my finger in Retro Dream, which is a beautiful shimmery peach. Ooh, that's a little deeper than I expected. Oh well, I'm going to use that as an inner corner highlight. That is way too deep for an inner corner highlight, at least for me. Oh well. I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics brush with a 6 on it and just try to blend that out a little more. I also got glitter in my eye. Try not to do that. And the heck with it. I'm going to take my dollar store brush, that same shade, lightly, and put that on my brow bone. I ruined it. Oh well. Alright, for this eye, I'm going to start with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it and Big Smile, which is the pastel yellow matte that I did use the other day with all the glitter in it. That's gonna be my transition. It does seem to be a little bit of a different color if I pack on like this instead of just wiping. Then I'm taking my IBY crease brush. I'm gonna go into bonus points, which is more like I guess a golden bright yellow, but again, I feel like yellows are pretty similar to one another, and how much of a difference are you really gonna see? For example, I see none here. I guess I'll take that same shade on my pinky, and I'm gonna put that on my outer third. The yellows are kind of chalky. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna just blend that in a little more with a clean finger. And this time I'm going to use my NYX glitter primer and just put a little bit on the lid, maybe about 2/3 of the way in, just to see if that helps any. I'm gonna use Lucky Charm, which is a very pretty yellow glitter. Ooh. It's got like little green flecks in it, I feel. That is very pretty. I feel like, how do people do all yellow looks though? I just don't get it. Like, there's no depth, no contrast in here. Then I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it and go into bonus points again and just pack this on my lower lash line, maybe about halfway. And then I'm going to put Shine Bright in the space that's left, which is a shimmery yellow. Like a canary yellow, maybe. That one picked up on the brush a little bit, but we all know I like, we all know I like using my finger. I'm not big on yellow eyeshadow, but this shimmer is super pretty. This is like, I don't know what's happening over here. I'm gonna try and fix it. Alright, to finish off the video, I'm going to do swatches. Start with the pink row. I just, you know, in the beginning, I was really happy, and now I'm not as happy. I just feel like some of the shades could definitely have more contrast between one another. I mean, if you're using like colors across the different hues, then you're definitely okay on contrast. But if you're doing a monochromatic thing, I think you're gonna struggle with enough contrast for some of them. I'm really unhappy about what happened with that blue, especially because I love blue eyeshadow. So to me, that was one of the most important shades in the palette, and it fell flat for me. Oh, look how pretty those are together. That could be a palette all in of itself. So all of that being said, I'm just disappointed. I thought this was going to be like a perfect palette, and it's not, but I guess that's okay. Also, I don't know why they put all those little glittery things in. Pointless. These yellows, definitely, they're not different enough from each other. So I do feel like they could have done better on that. Overall though, I think the quality is good and the color selection is pretty good. That one Those other greens swatch pretty poorly. And I feel like maybe Colourpop didn't need to release the 5 pans that it just released. I think they could have just gone with this maybe, because I do have all of those 5 pans, and that one swatches terribly too. I think some of them are quite similar, and I think maybe the shades in here are better or just as good. I guess though, if you only wanted to buy like one color story, I guess you could do that with this. I mean, with the 5 pans. So here are the greens, blues, and purples, which to me could just be a palette on its own. And then you also have the yellows, oranges, and pinks. So overall, am I glad that I have this palette? Yes, I am. And I think there's enough shades in here for sure that are worth my while, that are worth me getting it, that I'm really going to enjoy. But I also had some disappointments in it. For the heck of it, here's the purple one, the Cashmere Forever. And I mean, you can see how close these are. This is a little lighter and warmer. This one is pretty close to this one. That one, no, that one's more like a pink. This one isn't great quality. This one is definitely better. It's basically the same color though. And then this one and this one are pretty much the same. Comparison with the Lilac You a Lot palette, I mean, this one's kind of similar, and maybe this one, that middle at the bottom, but this one's warmer, and that's pretty much it. So if you really like purples, I would say both are okay. And it's my pleasure. No similarities there. Again, this one is like warmer. For the Rumor Has It palette, the only one that's kind of close is this one here and maybe this one, but that's about it. I was definitely really happy with this one. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen that video yet. So for me, it's worth it to have both. Blue Moon. This one is kind of like this one, but I feel like this one's a little better quality and also lighter. And then again, that same, like this shade here is kind of similar to that one. But that's it. Let's see, for High Society, I would say that one, yeah, that's really close. Really, I think I prefer this. I mean, they're basically the same, but I really like that lime green shade, that lime green like shimmer shade. And these like were kind of close to each other. So if you're eyeing these greens, I would say go for this one instead. It's the same thing. These two don't have as much contrast as they appear, and like neither do these two. And it's different enough from this here. The only one that's kind of close might be like one of those to this, but really this is a lot brighter. The only orange Colourpop palette I have is this one. So I would say the tones are pretty close, but I think I like this better because there's more contrast. This one is kind of similar to the glitter, and this one's kind of similar to the shimmer. So maybe it depends on how much contrast you want and what kind of finish you want. The only pink Colourpop palette I have is this one, and for these, that does look pretty similar, but I would prefer these. I actually really enjoyed these, and this I didn't. Again, not enough contrast. It looks like it in the camera, but there isn't. And these two shades are like really similar, just that this one's a little cooler, this one's a little warmer. So I definitely prefer this. All right, that's it for today. I hope you have a good day no matter what it is you're doing. Bye. See you next time.